Yes, people, how we doing? Back again with another episode of Chattin Bare Sh, episode 2. Ryan Thomas here with Liam Blackley and Mal Lingard.
Hello.
All right.
How we doing, boys? A lot's changed for you, Liam, eh?
My dick works.
Yeah, that's the main headline. That's good to know, mate, isn't it?
Got a little baby,
My
little
dick
baby
works.
girl.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
You've
Yeah,
actually got valid
congratulations.
excuses now to not do stuff and not turn up.
But he's here.
That's why I had a baby.
But you are here, so great.
Yeah.
Get in.
Yeah.
Up all night with a girl, mate. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, can't do that.
2 girls, mate. I'm telling you what, right? I mean, this is one of the themes that I was going to bring up because you're in a house with 2 girls now, mate, and do you know what? 4 girls, yeah.
I got 2 cats. I know.
Oh, right, yeah. So, I mean, this is uneven because, I don't know,
Wow.
everyone says, oh, having kids, it's so magical, it's so lovely and all that. And it is, yeah. But there's another side to having kids, mate, that, like, you know, it's just hell, mate. And I'm going to just, you know, I mean, I love my 2 daughters, yeah, but, I mean, they're a force that as they get older, because when they're babies, you're all kissing them and you're biting their little legs and their little feet and all that, and that's all very nice. But as they get older, they're just like a force that just does the opposite to what you want all the time. So, you know, you've got your, I don't know, 64-inch QLED like screen. I imagine you don't want dried Weetabix or like baby shit rubbing all over it. Yeah. But guess what's going to happen?
That's
to
just
that
Liam
thing?
doing that.
Yeah. Guess what's going on, right? I'll give you 2 examples of this, right? And it's just, you just do what you don't want them to do, right? So I remember, you know them rug doctor things you get? Yeah. So I think it was prior to Christmas, and that was like a bit of a routine in our house, you know, get all the carpets clean, all that shit. Yeah. So done them all, right? And absolutely blood, sweat, and tears, like they're all like perfect, right? I remember just looking at my handiwork and going, oh, they look lovely in that. They look really nice. And then just as I was thinking that, like Mia, as like a 6-year-old, she came in with like 2 litres of Tizer. Like the
Tizer,
bottle was
Christ.
as big as her, right? And I
Who
was,
drinks Tizer?
well, yeah. I mean, but
I don't know anyone that like
I think
just
it's gone
goes,
out, gone
yeah,
out.
I'm going to get a bottle of Tizer, me.
I wouldn't
Fucking right.
fixate on like the brand of pop. What I'm saying to you is that's what happened. Now, I'd never seen her walk around with a bottle of pop that big before, right? And I was just thinking, right,
How old was she?
it's about 6.
Right,
So
okay,
she's
yeah.
about as big
She's
as the
about as
2.
big as the
yeah,
bottle, yeah.
it's a fucking thing. So I was like, easy. And just as I was sort of saying, darling, like, you know, what you doing with that? Fucking dropped it. Fucking ties are fucking everywhere, all over the carpets and that. So I didn't want that to happen at my carpets after I just spent like 2 days methodically cleaning them, like with at the time an OCD missus. But that's what happened. And also, I'll give you another example this weekend, right? So Maisie, you know, she's older now, 17. She's going out, you know, out on Saltburn sessions and all this sort of thing. And
Saltburn session.
yeah.
Is she drinking bathwater? Yeah.
I don't know. I hope not. But, you know, who knows?
You're in
I hadn't seen
the
it yet.
tub. Rubber dub dub.
Well, I don't want that to happen either, but, you know, right? So she's already lost one house key, right?
Right.
And so I said, look, here's the other house key, right? Don't lose this house key, right? I actually said this on a text,
She'll
right?
lose it in one of those parties where you put your keys in a bowl.
Careful, right? So I even sent her a text saying,
Fucking hell, lad.
don't lose that house key. Please don't lose that house key. It's the last house key before getting it. And guess what she did?
Lost the house key.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, she lost the fucking house key. So I'm going to spend tomorrow drilling out locks and fitting a new barrel. So I'm just saying, mate, you know, there's that thing also waiting for you in the wings where the opposite of everything that you want to happen does happen with kids. So just forewarning you, mate, basically. Just you know, to have that in the pipe and just to be aware.
Cheers to pop my bubble. Just I'm in this beautiful little baby bubble at the minute, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
All to come, mate.
and then he's just bursting it.
Well, I've just... It is
Fucking
beautiful, though.
Malstradamus over here.
It must be mental, mate. Like, I always think about the concept of having kids and that. Like, I've always wanted kids for as long as I can fucking remember me. Like,
Yeah.
But I can't imagine the feeling like just fucking getting a kid thrown at you and be like, bang, that's mine.
Mate, it's mental.
I can't even comprehend it,
is
mate. It must be
mental.
wild.
I cried.
Oh,
mate.
mate, I would.
It's like instant love.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the
as soon
thing,
as a
that's the
baby,
thing.
like the baby, by the way, shoots out, goes whoosh. Then just pick it up like a fucking chicken. Slap it on your missus, this fucking wet fucking alien like thing with a corn head.
Like out one of them rugby scrubs.
Yeah. Just like,
Fucking hell.
Oh, man, I'll tell you this, right? So when Maisie came, right, I think she was due on the 6th of January, right? So I was round Scotch's house with like my missus at the time, and we used to get together as like families and that. So me and Scotch were in the kitchen. I think we got like PlayStation set. We were playing like international soccer and that. And we were just I'd had about 10 cans. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was like the 29th. Oh, no, fucking hell. I should know when my daughter's birthday was. It was the 30th of December. So it was that night.
yeah, she's New Year's Eve.
Yeah. So, But then, like,
a hard one to forget.
Laura just come through and said, I think we got to go to the hospital, like the water's broke. And I was thinking, fucking hell, I've just had 10 cans here, mate. Like, fucking hell. So we get up there, right, and then they take you into this room. And I remember that, like, so they've got like an initial room you go into. And I was just looking around, taking everything in. And there was like scratch marks, like, down into the plaster at the top of this bed, and I was just thinking, Jesus Christ, like, what am I in for here?
Did she give birth in a fucking mental asylum?
I don't know. It did seem pretty...
No beds left. They took you a day in guard.
But, like, I was just thinking, oh, no, because you don't know that. And, like, so, and then, you know, you should go through, like, the main room. And I was thinking, right, this is like a heavy sort of medical procedure. You know, there'd be machines and all sorts of gadgets going off everywhere and that. It wasn't. It was just, like, two really disinterested, like, sort of nurse women who just going, yeah, she's all right. Midwives, yeah, like, just come in. Like,
that's fucking genius.
And there was, like, fuck all. There was, like, a flickering TV playing, like, I don't know, Prisoner Cell Block H or something going on. And we were just left to our own devices. And then my missus called me a cunt and every fucking word under the sun. And then these women had come through, like, with a Mills and Boon novel, put it down a bit. Oh, she's all right. And then just toddle off. And I'm thinking, this is mental. Where's the bleeping machines? Where's the everything? And then about 4 in the morning on New Year's Eve, it was like, right, all go time. And then I was thinking, all right, the machines and everything will come in now. No, did they fuck? These two sort of midwives went, right, I suppose I'll put my book down then. And delivered the fucker. And but it was so, like, it was so not what I was expecting.
It's more natural.
Yeah.
You think, innit? You know what I mean? Like, did you not even have a monitor on?
There might have been something.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Like, with us, it was like, she had this like fucking strap on with 2 monitors, and like one measures like the baby's heartbeat, and the other one like the contractions.
Yeah.
So she's constantly like, as my missus is moving these monitors.
Yeah. Right.
See,
So they can keep it all healthy. And then when the baby came so far, they were like, "Oh, do you mind if we hook a fucking monitor on her head?" So they like they literally get this like metal hook, and they like clip it into the skin of like your baby's scalp.
Right.
To measure the heartbeat, because it's more accurate than that
man,
monitor.
that sounds mental.
No, I know, yeah,
crazy.
she was doped up, like, obviously.
I wouldn't like that, me. My head would be in the bin.
And just said yes, because she was just, like, on the whatever morphine they're allowed to give them.
I know, yeah, like, I'm glad I had a medieval birth now. Like, Jesus Christ.
And that's what they do, and then, like, but there was no need, because literally 10 minutes later, whoosh!
Yes, get away!
It's wild, isn't it?
Slid like a pitch at a catch.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like the most natural thing ever, but it's still absolutely head battering.
It's terrifying. For a bloke, it's fucking terrifying, because you don't know what's going on.
I was just like,
no idea.
when she was in labour, I was sat watching Salt.
Yeah.
It was on film for the Angelina Jolie film. It was just fucking guns blazing that. And she was just like, fucking turn that off.
Oh, God. I've just remembered another story as well.
It.
So,
chilling, do well, babes.
so I go home, and obviously I had Mia to look after and that. And, God, this is another story just come into my mind. So, the baby's coming home now. You had like a couple of days up there, and it's like, that's a big thing. And like having the house hygienically clean for the baby. Baby's coming home now. So, I'd done all that. And then my stepdad... no, not my stepdad, my father-in-law, sorry.
When did your mum and dad split? Did your mum like see him bigger?
Well, they both retired, so that's in the post, I think. So he pops out of the door. And Peter, I still love him to death, though, but he goes, hey, I'll take the dog for a walk if you are, like, you know, a job off your sort of list, and I was like, oh, would you Pete? That's fucking brilliant, right? So there, clean, hygiene and clean. Thinking, right, I've got like an hour before I go to the hospital to bring home the, darling.
Are you about to tell me
package.
you cranked one out?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought that was what he was leading to. It's a proper mal
God,
story.
why would you
Every time he
mind
tells
all
me he
that?
clears the fucking
Why-
room
why
and
was
that,
like-
I've got an hour's spare. He's like, it's always a crank one out.
I mean, fucking hell, I'm a repulsive man, but even I would have a fucking danger wank an hour before my baby comes home.
I'll get one in before I can't anymore.
Fucking hell.
The last one, the last supper.
Actually, what happened?
The last rubber.
Fucking fist bump on that, you fucking... I wish that would have happened, or did happen, right? So I'm there and I'm thinking, right, house there. And then Pete just pops his head around the door. He goes, "Here, your dog's back," and I think he's rolled in something. Shuts the door. Fucking hell, right? The dog, it stunk like it had rolled in 1,000,000 dead bodies.
Oh, no.
It had rolled in a dead seal, right?
Oh,
right?
Oh, no.
I'm like, why he didn't say, "Here,
Hold it down
mate,
outside."
let's the dog's rolled in something, let's outside while we hose him down." He just threw him in the house. So I'm trying to catch the dog. Now, no dog wants to be clean. So that dog's like Terminator 2, like liquid. I'm trying to grab it. There's running upstairs in the bedroom. And basically, the house stunk like a fucking fresh corpse fucking bin. Do you know what I mean? Before the baby coming back.
Get
So
the
that was
rug doctor
about
back out.
yeah, no, just as I cleaned that, then me threw some tizer over it, and then I just
Try to clean it with time.
I just went and committed suicide. So yeah, I mean, having babies, it's a laugh. It's great, isn't it? It's girls, they're a blessing, yeah. So yeah, right. When this is all waiting in the wings for
mate,
you,
it's
mate.
going to happen.
Of course it is.
Well,
Yeah.
will. Hopefully, it happens.
It is class. It
I
is
can't
like,
wait
it's
to
like
experience it.
instant love, lad.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like I'm ready, me, but like I'm still very, what's the word? Not selfish, but I'm very like, I do what I want. And I'm sort of doing that now subconsciously because I know I can't when I have a kid.
I feel like you're achieving a few things at the
Well,
minute.
that's what I'm
as
trying to do.
you know
I'm
what I
trying,
mean?
yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
you've got a lot of
trying.
good shit in the pipeline,
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
you? You know, with
It's going all
Peak
right,
and
yeah.
with,
I tell you what, though.
Combat Sports,
Yeah, it's
you
going
know.
good.
I'll say one thing though, right? And I think that is like a preconception you do have. Like, so you're always thinking, I think that is like a lad's mindset. Certainly, I think like with people like us, where we're always sort of doing things on the side, and it's just the way we are. We like doing it, and we like connecting with people, and we like doing things like this. And you always think, oh, well, when I have a baby, that's gonna, and it don't.
Yeah,
you
it
know what I mean?
doesn't stop.
You just calibrate a little bit. I think the first like couple of months, of course, you've got to be in there, but like after that, actually nothing really like changes that
Yeah, I
much.
suppose you want to be there as well, don't you?
Yeah, of
You're not going to want
course,
to be anywhere
of
else. Like,
Yeah. But you don't. It's like natural to have, right, say I'm doing some things and then you go and give your missus some time to go and see her mates and all that. And you just get a nice little, nothing really changes that much. You don't have to curtail your life that much at all. You know what I mean? So,
I suppose it probably depends what you like as a person, doesn't it? It's like,
yeah.
if you let it, I don't think I'd ever let it change me that much because I still want to be doing all the things. I think what people miss, like what I've seen from people that do have kids or just in getting in relationships as well, they stop doing the things they want, become unhappy.
Yeah,
and then start
that's
resenting
it.
the situation. But I don't think you've always still got to look after yourself, innit? And like, do
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Balance, man.
Yeah,
Balance.
It is exactly
Yeah.
that. It's balance because you've got to be there for your partner. You've got to be there for the kid. But you've got to like balance like your social stuff and make sure she gets balanced.
Yeah,
as well,
exactly.
do you know what I mean?
It's fair then.
You
innit?
see,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
some people like get into it and just like are selfish.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can't be selfish.
well, that's it.
now. It is a massive life change. Like it is, definitely is.
Yeah,
Do you
of
know what I
course.
mean? Like,
but
you're now super responsible for this like precious thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
mental.
Like, it is mental. It is
Oh.
a mad
It's
feeling.
mad, mate.
Do you know what I mean? I just got this like fucking like when I hold a baby, I feel like I'm holding a fucking bomb. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure, like, this shit could go off any minute now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
so but it's like this like little fucking dainty like
Yeah.
Yeah,
vulnerable thing in my hand. Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel
I've
like
got
I always ask people this because like every time I hold a baby, I'm like shit. But then when I see people that have babies, they're fucking wanging it.
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
dangling it,
this
picking it
fuck,
by its
yeah,
legs.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
do you-
yeah.
have you sort of like, is it just a natural thing you like get used to?
Yeah, you get used to it. Yeah, like
I'm like-
I'm definitely not dangling her by her
No,
legs.
but you know
and
what I
shit.
mean.
Not too
Some people are just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
here, like spinning her on their head.
Yeah,
like,
you get used to it. You realise she's not as like vulnerable
Yeah,
as
as you think.
you. initially thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like getting addressed and shit. That is
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
Like got to like tickle her feet to like get her foot in and that.
But you're the same though. Danielle does that with you.
Yeah,
doesn't
she does. Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
no.
it's good. I think like there was I don't know. Is this changing tack too much? Because I did have some things that like, and I was sort of prior warned maybe like because I sort of discussed this before I was coming on, and I was thinking like it's a theme.
Here we go.
Right.
Get cancelled on episode 2.
Well, I was just thinking like. What's the worst thing you've ever done? Like, what's the worst thing? And I mean, I'll get us kicked off here. You've heard this story, I think. Right, you probably won't have. And it's like, so what's the worst thing you've ever done? And I'll kick off with this story, and then this might give you time to. All right.
See what's acceptable.
Yeah. And I have to sort of, like caveat this that I was a younger man at the time and probably much less responsible than maybe I am today. So I was on holiday, right? And I was in Ayia Napa.
Ayia Napa.
Yeah, used to go and watch Norris the Boss Windross with a speed garage sets, loads of Southerners. It was belting. And so what me and my mates did, I had 4 scooters, right? And we realised like in Ayia Napa in the actual sort of it was dead expensive as you'd imagine. And we found this little boozer just off the strip, and it was belting. It's like a little local pub. We got to know them and all that. So we had our pre-drinks in there, because it was a lot cheaper. Anyway, I was sat there with my mates. And we used to like ride down there in our peds, ride them home afterwards, and we're there at this table. And then this lass like walked in, right? When I said walked in, she sort of stumbled in, right? And I was like to my mates, like, aye. And they were like, mate. So I was like, no. I said, all right, how's it doing tonight? Do you want to come in, like, sit down with us and that? And she was like, she was pretty wrecked and that. And so we're having a drink and a bit of a laugh and that. And she goes, oh, God, I can't get home. Like, I don't know how to get home. Like, I've lost my mates and that. And I need to get back to Limassol. And I was like, well, how far away is that? And she went, I think it's about 15 kilometres outside Ayia Napa. And I said,
what's that in miles? Like
I don't know, about
10,
is it?
about
I
10
don't know.
and
I'm just
8,
asking.
9.
Okay.
Okay.
So you talk kilometres.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
let's not get too bogged down in that. But it's like, and I went, well, don't worry about that, my love. I'll take you on my scooter, right?
Fucking Prince Charles.
I know, yeah. And my mates were looking at me like, you fucking rapist. You know what I mean?
Knight in shite in armour.
Absolute horror bastard you are. So I was like, no, lads, I'll see you later. Off you come with me, my love, right? So they were just like shaking their heads at me as I was walking out the door. And so get on. She gets on behind us, arms on the thing, right? So we're going through Ayia Napa. And as you get out of the main town, and I didn't know this, like the fucking streetlights just went. There wasn't no lamppost as you were like going out there. It was just me, the scooter and the headlight. That was it. Also, as you're getting outside there, it was fucking ups, downs, fucking left, right, like ravines on the side. And I was like, fucking hell, this is sketchy as fuck. I'm pissed at me head anyway. Fucking Jesus Christ. So we're fucking going up, down, left, right, fucking centre in the fucking pitch black for ages. Fucking steep ravines, like I say, either side, fucking all these hairpin bits. I was like, fucking hell, this is treacherous as fuck. And then just as I was like thinking, oh my fucking God, right, I can see up in the distance, like lights again. And I think, thank fuck for that. So we come up, and sure enough, then it's Little Broad, and then there was just a big sign in front of us. It was Greek. And I was thinking, fuck, I can't read any of this shit. It's like none of it was in English at all. So I pulled up to the junction, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, I hope she knows which way to go here. So I pulled up, and I went, which way's Limassol, right? But when I turned round, she wasn't there.
No, she hadn't come off. Oh, my God. Fuck off.
Right.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, what the fuck?
You killed the local in Cyprus, didn't you?
Well, so then I'm like, fuck. So I went back down the route we took, and I'm looking carefully either side, like down these steep ravines and stuff like that, and on the road. And I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear no cries for help. I didn't hear anything. So I come back to the bar and the lads are still there and they're like,
Oh, wow.
fucking hell, that's quick even for you, innit? And said, what the fuck is she? And I was like, lads, I don't know where she is. I don't know if she's like, and they're like, what? And I said, well, I set off with her. And then when I got to the junction, she went on the back and they were like, fucking hell. And I was like, but I did go back and check. And still to this day, I've got no idea what happened to her. Fucking none whatsoever.
Oh my God,
she just like evaporated. I don't know. Yeah. So that feels like the worst thing I've done. I mean,
Mate, she could have been anywhere. She's
no.
definitely come off around the bend and just fucking
it was
in a ditch.
steep, mate, on some of them sides. I hope she
She'll be right. She'll be right.
Yeah, well, I looked in the paper to see if there was like it is over the next few days, but I mean there was nothing, mate. I just don't know what happened there. I can't say.
She's obviously steaming, falling off. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty. I shouldn't laugh
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
no.
And then like
Yeah.
someone could have come by and then fucking got her. Do you know what I mean?
Let's-
If you went back,
Let's
back and
just
looked,
say that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say that.
Scooters on holiday, mate. I've literally just got back from Thailand, Bali.
Yeah.
I went to I'll just segue into this because it's
No,
applicable.
no, yeah,
but,
yeah. Please do.
I just went to see LF System. It was like a pretty low key gig. Fucking no one there. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, Christ, these can't come on, no one be there. Like, anyway, started getting picked up a bit, and I'd met him at Beat Her there, so we were like stood at the front, and anyway, I got talking to him just over the decks, and he was like, "Oh, come behind," like just having a crack with him. He was giving us tequila and all that. Met this, so I ended up fucking white, like proper white boy wasted, as my bird kept telling me. I was like a proper helmet, like behind the decks, like with LF System, like proper, probably chatting the most shit to them.
Yeah.
One of them's was absolute. You were both sound, but
Just
I think
brown nosing and that, like.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hate
when
myself.
you
saying-
when you're young
I
and
was-
like you're like
I'm
you
fucking
know.
30, mate. I'm not young.
Yeah.
Should have known better.
This is recent, mate. This is
This
recent.
was like last week. but so I ended up.
Can't really defend you
Yeah,
now.
no. There's a video of me on like the club's Instagram
Yeah.
that they put on. It's horrendous, mate. Anyway, but
We'll have to go and check that out.
got
later.
terrorised.
Yeah.
But great night. The lads were sound. Ended up getting smashed. Come out on the scooters.
Yeah.
Got on this fucking scooter with my bird on the back. I couldn't even start the fucker. Couldn't even get off it. So she was like, got pulled out, just drove it straight into a bush, mate. Me and her. Straight in a bush. Like she was like,
Fucking
fucking
hell.
got off screaming, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm not getting on the ped with you." So she got on the ped with
What's
my
your
mate
problem?
and his bird. So three of them. She felt safer on a ped with three of them than with me on my own. You know what I mean? And she said they were trotting up dead slow because we'd met this Aussie couple, so they were making sure they got back to the fucking room. And he said, out of nowhere, I just fucking shot past them, top off, fucking bucket hat on, pissed at me, wiggling in the road, like pretended to ignore them because I was that annoyed. Somehow made it back in one piece, right? Got in the hotel room, spewed everywhere, woke up in the morning, couldn't remember a fucking thing.
No.
I'm like, no helmet on.
Yeah.
No top on.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck did I not kill myself?
Jesus
I ended up
Christ.
in a bush.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
before I even
yeah.
got out of the car park, like, do not drive it.
You would have
It's
been
crazy,
meat
mate.
paced, mate.
I know, lawless, but
Yeah.
that's probably what you were like, and you fucking killed
Yeah.
someone.
Unverified, right?
I won't get on a fucking pen anyways, mate.
Fucking
Oh,
scary,
I'm
mate.
lethal on push bikes, mate.
Yeah, I mean, pets are fucking hell. They're lethal. I tell you, right? Well,
Yeah.
I'd never rode one before. This was like back when I was 18, right? So my mate Rollo was like, oh God,
This is
I've
gonna
thought
be
this
good
story
already.
for years. So he liked to fish down on the cradle, down like the docks and that. And I was down there with him, and he goes, "Yeah, do you want to go on me ped?" And I was thinking, yeah, all right, then I will do. Yeah, can't be harder than a bike. So I get on it, start it, and I'm like, this is all right. I'm going down that gravel path like that heads towards the terminal, you know, that
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that cuts right down. So I'm there and I'm thinking, this is pretty good. Get up the speed and that, thinking, this is great. And I'm taking in the side. And then as I'm looking and thinking, this is a great day, look at me. Then I realised there was like a big concrete barrier like looming far too quick, like in front of me. So I saw it, jammed on the brakes, like came down like on the side on my leg, like didn't hit the barrier, but I was like, shit. And I like picked up the ped and I was like, oh, fucking hell. So I was like wiping it down and that. And then there was a guy there like with his dog and he was like, Jesus Christ, you all right, mate? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, mate. Don't worry about it. So wiping down the ped, there's a few scuffs and that on there, but I get that down. I won't fucking say fuck all over Rollo. So I go back on the ped, back to where he's like fishing and that. And he's like, oh, how was that, mate? I said, brilliant, that, mate. Loved it. They said nothing about the crash. So I was like there thinking, oh God, this is morally wrong. Really, I should have said something, but the time's gone now. So anyways, we're fishing. What I didn't realise, like, is this guy, like, he's walked this path. And he comes like up, like 20 minutes later, goes, hey mate, are you all right after that crash on my pen? Well, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Busted, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I was like, you fucking dickhead, what have you done to me pen? Fucking walking dog bastard. Oh dear.
Did you dirty there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, well, no, but the moral of that story is always be truthful, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when it's your mates and that loyalty and all that.
Oh, yeah, mate. I don't know. I was a younger man back then. Peds just seemed to screw with my brain somewhat. You know what I mean? I love peds.
Fucking
Like.
pedophile.
I just was always on a ped just bombing around. I just loved it. I loved it. I think I had about 3 in total by the end.
Yeah.
But I just love bombing around a ped. There's something about it. But it sends you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one when I was 16 and fucking I thought it was the boy. Went everywhere on it. Fucking loved it. Most fun I've had.
Yeah.
Come off it loads of times. Like.
Yeah, loads. Like you're looking at a fit bird, bang, you know. Yeah, I think that's the thing. You're on something and it goes quite quick, but you know, like your testosterone, everything's like going through you at that age. So there's a lot going on. It's like a chemical factory that's really fucking volatile on a ped. Do you know what I mean?
I scared shitless of him. I tried it once, riding someone's ped.
Yeah.
I was going about 5 miles an hour.
Right.
I thought I was going 50. Right. I was like, get me off, how do I stop?
I would pay to see you on a motorbike. I would.
Nah. Unnecessary risk, lad.
To be fair, I might that on motorbikes.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have one that goes that fast. It's fucking ridiculous.
You've seen them when they cunt through the fucking motorway.
Yeah, it scares me, mate.
Nah, not into it at all.
Fucking
I don't check my blind spots, me.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to check them. I mean, the same peds that I got on holiday, the ones that, you know, I allegedly killed someone on. And then we got from this woman, I remember this now, and I haven't thought of this for years and years and years either. So she was like, look, these peds are brand new. Please don't, like, fuck these peds or anything, you know, like in a sort of English. And, you know, I was like, nah, like, because I'd rode peds. I did have quite a, but I got it, you know, don't come off, don't fuck this ped up. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah. Now, Bez, me mate, I think had the same sort of, like, viewpoint as you. Like, he wasn't, it was like a thing, like, he wasn't in control of it.
Yeah.
It was like a thing that he was, like, quite scared of.
Yeah.
So we were bombing around on these peds, and we got to this spot. Like, it was like a sort of gravelly bit, like beach, and we're all like, oh, this is nice, we'll spend half an hour here. And then he gets on his ped, and then he's doing this wheel spin round on the gravel. I'm just like, let go of the fucking accelerator, you dick. So he's scratched all the fairing on the side of it now. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, she's going to go mental, you, mate. And then we were driving through Iron Apple, and I was thinking, what's he doing here? Because, like, there was, like, their tarmac didn't go to the end. It was like just sort of did the bit, and there was like a massive drop, and I could see him like going closer and closer, and sure enough, he dropped into that, so all these sparks were flying up. All these people in restaurants like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? But then he's out of the groove and back off, and he's like, fucking this woman's going to kill you, mate. She's going to fucking kill you. Like, so anyway, we got meeting these lads. They were in the next apartment with us, and they were sound as fuck, actually. We were playing like cards. One of them went, I just want to go and get some more booze. Can I borrow your pen? And Bez is like, yeah, no worries, mate, threw him the king, right? So we sat there playing cards, and you just heard this massive bang, and then this lad just came back and went, I've just crashed your peds, mate. So basically, right, when we went back, I took back this gleaming, albeit deaf machine, but it was in tip condition. And Bez is taking back this thing that's like puffing smoke. She went fucking mental.
Yeah.
She wouldn't give him his passport back. I think we had to get back.
No.
Oh, mate, yeah. She went fucking, like, she was just quite specific. Don't fuck it up, whatever you do. And like, he might as well just took a fucking, you know, a fucking sledgehammer to it, basically. Peds, mate. Yeah.
Nah.
So, I mean, are you going to wade in with anything, the worst thing you might have done? I mean, I got a good story that Andy told us, and I'll just wipe the names from it, but it's a really, really good story. Do you want me to tell you that one?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Is that right?
So then I can sort of gauge where I'm going with mine, because it's like...
He's just like, none of you want to incriminate yourselves? Nah, I'll carry on.
No, but this is totally sanitized the names, because it's like, but it's such a brilliant story. So, there's a guy, and I think he's like working on site and all that. And you know what them site contractor boys are like. And I think...
I think we know it.
Yeah. Well, but it's sanitized, you know what I mean? So, like, then, like, I think it was coming to Friday, like, afternoon or something, and someone's saying, yeah, do you want a line of this ketamine, right?
Oh, my God, this story is the
It's
best
amazing.
story of all time.
So, this decent lad, you know, and we can all have, like, you know, sort of
Oh my
misjudgments, can't we? And he went, yeah, all right then. So he did it, right? And then he was that fucked, like, he had to get took to, like, I think, like, the canteen. But then their manager came in and went, I know these symptoms. He's having a stroke.
Yeah.
You missed a bit as well.
Sorry.
This was on his way out of work.
Yeah,
That's
so he was
right.
finishing nights. He was
Yeah,
finishing
finishing
nights.
Literally
That's it,
walking
yeah.
to the exit.
Yeah.
And he walked in the changing rooms and it hit him in the changing room.
Yeah.
And then what happened next? Yeah, you're right. The manager.
Yeah, said, oh, I recognise these
Yeah.
symptoms. A family member recently has had the same thing. He's having a stroke. So then he comes up round with his manager and all these medical people, and he gets took to the hospital. I'm remembering this, right, Anna?
So in the ambulance first.
Yeah.
And then the funniest bit for me is that he was that out of it in the ambulance when he started hearing the nurses and that just thinking that he had a stroke. He was that off his tits. He thought he was having a stroke. Fucking genius.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
rest of it was like he tried to go back to work.
Yeah.
He's at the end of the contract.
Yeah.
Oh, mate,
I just
honestly.
I would have
Yeah.
cut my losses.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Oh, that is
Got a run.
amazing.
It is easily one of the best things I've ever
Oh,
heard.
Yeah.
fucking brutal.
Imagine being that wrecked that, like, someone
In work,
thinks you're having a
mate.
stroke, then you think you're having a stroke.
Yeah, yeah, literally. He was that fucked. He'd forgot he'd had it and thought he was actually having a stroke.
There's a lesson in there, kid.
Yeah, oh god, absolute genius.
I've got a little topic
Go on then.
we could talk
Oh,
about.
so I noticed that you and Ray are smoothing past this one, but that's fine. That's okay.
That's fine. You've already told plenty of these stories.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I can't think of any apart from the one of me shitting on my bedroom floor, but I think I've overtold that one.
Well, you can. I haven't heard it. So you have to-
Yeah,
you have
no,
to let us
like,
know
oh.
now.
Have I not told you this story?
No.
Oh, go on, mate. Get
Oh,
it out there.
shit, right,
Yeah.
so-
You might have done actually, but let's just.
Yeah, let's
leave it for
speak
that.
I'll do this.
Yeah.
I'll do this, and then we'll
Then
get
we'll
on.
move
Then
on.
we'll get
Yeah,
on to
that's
me.
fine, that's fine.
Me pre-planned topic. I want
Okay.
to talk about.
All right.
Right. So it was a leaving do. I went out after work on a Friday. I'd not had any breakfast, nothing for dinner. Went home, got changed quickly. Had to go meet everyone at the Duke. Go to the train station. Get in there. Pint of Guinness. Still waiting for the train. Another pint of Guinness. Get on the train. Get to Ulverston. Everywhere I go, that's all I'm drinking. Just Guinness. Right? It's relevant to the story.
Okay.
I get to a point where I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have to eat something. Went to Chippy Bank, got chips, cheese and gravy. Right? Guinness, chips, cheese and gravy.
All right.
I get to a point where I'm thinking, I'm starting to be a knobhead in front of my work lot here.
Oh, God.
I better go.
Yeah.
Ejected myself from the situation. Got a
All,
taxi
it's
home.
so far so
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah, responsible.
Mate,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm like, fucking hell, getting away with this. I've been a bit of a tit there. A couple of my bosses said me be a bit of a tit. That's not good. I eject myself before it gets worse. Fine. Get home. Mum and Dad, do you want something to eat? Yeah, no worries. What did he make me? Chips, cheese and gravy.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know if that's in my mum's repertoire. But okay.
So I get into bed, right?
Yeah.
I fall asleep.
All right.
And I wake up still pissed out my head.
Okay.
And I'm like, what's that fucking smell? I look at the end of my bed and there's a mound of shit this high, that wide, puke up the mirror in front
You
of
dirty
it. It's
bastard,
just
mate.
black sludge. It looks like I've melted Danny Glover, right? So I get back into bed, right? I think, fuck that, I'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep. I wake up maybe an hour or two later, still pissed out my head, right?
All right.
No recollection.
All right.
And I just think, oh fucking hell, like got a bit of a thick head here, you know. And then I smell it, and I'm like, all comes back to me. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, there's shit at the end of the bed. So I get up, and like I don't realise that out the back of my boxers, I've got like shit like hanging out of that. So that's my mum and dad have got a new carpet. So I'm running through. Bear in mind, it's a mound of shit this high, right? It is fucking genuinely a fucking melted human body, like just there, like fucking probably like shite me body weight out. Honestly, I was fucking 10 stone after it. And fucking, anyways. I've got shit coming out the back of my boxers. I'm spraying it all over the new carpet. Right. I go, and what do you think I'm trying to clean it up with? I grabbed some bog roll. So I run back in and try to clean it up with fucking bog roll.
That seems inadequate. Yeah.
It's going nowhere. And I just think, fuck that, I'll deal with it later. So I get back in bed.
that is horrible.
What are you thinking? That like your mum's going to come in and sort it while you're asleep?
I just think I'm steaming. Yeah. Like, I can't be arsed. I'm out of my depth now.
Yeah, I'm out of my depth here.
I get up, right, about an hour later, like, mind blank again. Can't remember it. Yeah. Then I look down and go, oh, fuck, it's real. Like, oh, shit. So I go through to my mum and dad's room. I've realised that before that this shit's been trailing off my boxes, so I've took them off. I've got shitty boxers hanging off the me fucking washing basket.
Sounds horrendous. It sounds horrendous.
Ran through to my mum and dad's room and I'm like, Mum, Dad, fucking shit all over the floor. You're gonna have to come fucking help me. Fucking shit all over the floor. And that. And Mum's like, what the fuck? And I was like, she comes through. She's like, what the fuck's you on about? She comes in. Oh my fucking God, you fucking dirty fucking little fucking bastard. You fucking filthy cunt. I can't believe you fucking done this. We haven't fucking dragged you up. You fucking filthy fucking little prick. You fucking dirty bat. And I'm like, fuck off. Obviously, I'm getting loads of shit. So I'm just like, fuck off. And they're like, oh, you tell me to fuck off. They just put a towel over it. And just so I went back to bed. So they've got, I'm not fucking like cleaning his shit up when he's fucking speaking to me like that and that, you know.
Yeah.
So I go back to bed. I wake up in the morning, clean slate again. Fucking can't remember a thing. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I was being a fucking prick in front of me work like last night. Oh, my boss is going to think I'm a fucking dickhead and that.
At least he worries. Yeah.
And I can smell it and I'm like, oh, sit up. And I can see my mirror and puke up it. And then it all starts coming back and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, quite literally.
Don't be real. Don't be real. That's got to be a dream. Don't be real. Look at the end of my bed. There's a towel. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, there's a towel. What's under the towel? I lift the towel. It's like peeling a Nutella toasty. Just fucking black sludge like underneath the towel. Like, it was a good towel that as well. I was quite gutted about it. Fucking. So that was
dirty bastard.
So right, this is why it's the worst thing I've ever done. Yeah. I was that embarrassed and ashamed. Yeah. Like, I've never done anything like it before or since. Yeah. Right? I was that embarrassed and ashamed. I knew my little brother had slept out at his mates the night before, so I snuck from my room into his bedroom.
Nice.
Because I can't handle that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I waited till I heard my mum and dad get up, clean it,
yeah,
oh, no. And go downstairs for me to tiptoe back.
Right.
In your room and just went to bed?
Yeah. Basically. And then the next day was the first time I ever brought my ex-girlfriend round. Right. So it stunk of bleach. And I just, puked and that. Was
yeah.
Fucking
Christ almighty.
But yeah, so what
did your mum and dad say? Did you bring it up? It's sort of taboo.
Yeah, it's a joke now. It's funny now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time, I was a fucking little fucking bastard.
Yeah, that is pretty gruesome. That it's severe.
Well, just don't. Go out.
I don't know how your mum and dad did that, mate. I could not clean.
You know, it'd just be collected up and burnt. Or
yeah, you'd have to just cut a hole in the carpet.
Do you know what it is? I had a laminate flooring.
Oh, was it? Was it on wood?
It was on
it wasn't on carpet then. You're all right.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. That's why it just stunk of bleach.
Of course.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I've never done anything like that before or since. But lesson I learned: I'm a dickhead if I go out and drink.
What, 20 pints of Guinness and
no,
chips
without eating before.
Yeah.
If I go out on an empty stomach and I just start ploughing drinks, I always do something stupid.
Yeah.
Like I fucking got took home pissed when I was like 19. Like, absolutely steaming. I was punching fucking car wing mirrors off, like, every car on the street and that, you know, like...
Yeah, I mean, I've just remembered a story as well about, like making an ass out of yourself in front of like workmates. I might as well tell you because again, I haven't thought of this for years and years. So
I was just like, I'm loving incriminating myself.
well,
Hey.
it happened, right? So I was in Manchester. I've not been there that long, and I was like meeting like workmates and all that sort of stuff, and like we're like, oh, we're all going out in Didsbury tonight. Didsbury's quite a classy place.
It's good.
Yeah.
Didsbury.
So I was like, yeah, definitely come along. I was feeling a bit queasy myself on this one, right? So I was there when I was in this like classy bar and that. And then I just came home and me like, I'm going to puke here. So I did think I was going to the toilet, but it was dead packed. And I knew I wasn't going to make the toilet. So I just put my hand over my mouth. But as I did that, I puked at my hand and it like sort of squirted out between my fingers, like all over this woman, right? She went fucking berserk, right? So, as you'd imagine, because I just sprayed her with like puke and that. So then I got outside. He's near the clock tower at Didsbury. And I managed to go outside. And I was puking into this trough, like this ornate, like trough, while this woman was hitting me with an handbag in front of all my workmates who were just by the window.
No way.
Oh, God, that was, it took some living down. But it was I was in that horrible moment, like I knew that the toilet was too far and the door was there. And I
just got to do it.
And I made a decision and, yeah, it didn't turn out
Just
too well.
learn to hold your drink.
It's just, I can just remember all my workmates just looking like with absolute horror on the face as I'm puking into this trough. This woman's hit me with an handbag. And they're just there like, what the fuck is he doing? So, yeah, there's that one.
So, I've got one for you, right?
Okay.
Have you heard of McCamey Manor?
No.
McCamey Manor, no.
Right, so McCamey Manor is like famous for being like the most extreme haunted house in the world.
Okay.
Like you might have seen it like on like little documentaries here and there,
Maybe,
and like,
maybe, yeah.
So there's a YouTuber I've been following called Reckless Ben, and he like his thing on his channel is he like exposes like cults,
Yeah, of
and
course.
stuff like that, and like delves into people's backgrounds and like tricks them into like exposing like themselves and stuff. He like did it with Scientology. He's done it with like some weird cult that sound like they're going to be the next fucking Jonestown. But yeah, McCamey Manor. So a lot of people come out of there, like the footage after, they just look like they've been battered.
Right.
Like, but then they go.
I have.
Yeah.
Is it like in someone's like forest somewhere? Like I think I've heard about it. Read about it. Like
So if you believe the guy who owns it, Russ, right? He's got this big mansion that he spent millions of dollars on. It's got like a big fucking underwater like crawl that you've got to get through to get into the mansion. You've got a fucking 50-meter zip line. You've got like all this mad shit that he like goes on about, but no one ever sees it. Right. He like never puts the footage out, and he's like, no, because I can't give away the secrets and stuff like that. You always see on his YouTube channel like little bits of little clips here and there, and like them saying a soundbite of like, oh yeah, you don't want to do this, and like this is like the best thing ever and stuff like that, blah blah blah. So this YouTuber's like, right, I'm gonna give it a go. So he goes down and like finds out all this weird shit before it. Like people are saying it's not real. There isn't a fucking actually a haunted house.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Like, there's nothing there. And then there's, like, people come out after, like, he just beats the fuck out of you. Like, it's genuinely.
So you go through a tunnel, you zip line, and then there's just a guy waiting at the end who's just knock the fuck out of you. And then you go, that was the worst experience of my life.
This is what I
Have
mean.
he paid or something?
He like says he's like a rat cage and like a rat run and all that. You got to go through all this mad shit, yeah? Right. Like, you don't even pay him. The payment for doing it is you give him a bag of dog food. Right? He works at Walmart.
Right.
How has he spent millions on this mansion that he doesn't get paid for?
Well, if you're paying him dog food, no.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. So these YouTubers went and did it, and like, he's like, his thing is you have to come in like a fucking onesie suit, give him some dog food, and then all he was doing was like making him crawl around like crab shape with like the dog food on him, and then like they had to wear goggles that were like made the world upside down, and then he just sort of like waterboard them to try and make him quit. Oh, that's the other thing. If you make it through without quitting, like the whole experience, you get $50,000 or something like that. It's like $50,000 or $100,000, and no one's ever got it.
Though.
It's not. No, it's like
it's a game that he's like setting up for his own.
Right. So when it gets into it, and they realise he's not letting us in. So he gets other YouTubers to come and they have a go, and like they don't quit.
Get water potted and all that.
Well, he knows another YouTuber called Danny Burke who went and did it, who's mental, by the way. Like, is it bullet ants? Like, one of their bullet ants is brutal.
Yeah.
Well, he got his hands trapped in these things with like 100 bullet ants in each, and he's just like going, "Whoa, this is mad." Do you know what I mean? Like, he's there and he's like, fucking, like, do something to me, waterboard me or something. Like you know, I'm known as the pain guy. Like, put me through some shit. And he's like, won't do it because he realizes these YouTubers that could expose him.
Right, all right.
So they do more research. They do like a Google Maps view of the entire place. There's no fucking zip line. Like, his little rat cage is a little, like, honestly, it's just all crumbling, and you see all the pieces, like, and it's like, why? Why is this all like?
Yeah, why are they doing it?
Exactly. So at the same time these are doing this, there's a Hulu guy doing a Hulu documentary on him. And then the Hulu guy realizes the same shit. There isn't a haunted house.
Right.
So, like, further down, I'll cut a long story short. As these are kind of like trolling this guy, trying to take him down, realizing that he's just literally torturing people for his own sort of like, it's his kink. Basically.
That's his fetish.
It's his fetish, like seeing people in pain. Like, it turns out something fucked up's happened to him in the past, so he likes inflicting it on people.
Right.
The rabbit hole goes deeper, so he's got loads of like a legion of fans, if you will. He has like a Facebook page, and like everyone like thinks he's dead real. He does like live streams, and he just like, you know, they cuts him out at certain points, and like, do you know, he shows what he wants to show and stuff. So he gets people's channels like doxed and like cancelled because he sends his like legion of fans to go and
start reporting,
flag videos and anyone that comes against him. He also makes you sign like an NDA, and like if you do it, blah blah blah, you owe me $1 million. So Reckless Ben's smart. He sends him the thing. He changes the $1 million to $1.
Yeah,
and then like sends him it back. You know what I mean? So he's like, showing the footage and that. Talked about it when I shouldn't, but there's $1. Do you know what I mean? So you can't sue him.
Yeah.
So it turns out after like a bunch of like shit, I'm just gonna sort of like skip to the end because we could talk all fucking episode about this. Hard drive went missing.
Who's?
And then Russ's hard drive.
So this is the McCamey Manor guy.
The McCamey Manor guy's hard drive went missing, right?
Right.
And because he was pranged out and paranoid, and like loads of his staff had left because he realised what he does. He got like his last like staff member in, and he's just like, look, like we need to do a video. Like people think blah blah blah. He got her to sign a thing, and he just starts like waterboarding her in a fucking hotel room and stuff, and like just like being proper fucking her up, right? Shaves her head bald. She never signed up for any of it. Like beats the fuck out of her basically on camera. And then he's like, tell me where the fucking hard drive is and all that, like pranging out.
Right.
So this hard drive is like full of stuff, and it that just can't be released. Like, so Reckless Ben, long story short, ends up with a hard drive.
Right.
Right. And you'd think, oh, brilliant! Now you get to release all the footage, you get to see all the hardcore stuff. But when he's looking at it, it's like, I can't actually just release this.
Why?
Because
this
is. People are on there that might not want to be seen.
Yeah, people are being
He's also like in the footage, like there's nudity, like rips like clothes off. So he's like,
this guy should surely just be arrested, though.
Well, that's what's going on now. So now they've got the footage. They've asked the people that they knew in the footage if they can release the footage. So some of it's out there now.
What the fuck?
So basically, the woman who got tortured that I just talked about, was happy for that footage to be out there. As long as there was no nudity and they showed what they were going to show before. So that is available now. You can see it. Him just being abusive and stuff.
Right.
It is fucked. Like, he just...
And the web address for that, Liam, is?
Just on YouTube.
Okay.
And then there was another guy from another haunted house. So like Russ has got sort of seen his competition. He's like, oh, will you come in and like we'll do a pretend thing, like just to get your reactions, and then we'll like do a promo. So he's like, oh yeah, we'll do a pretend thing and that. He fucking ties him up, and then ties him to the back of a fucking truck, and drives him over gravel, dragging him from the back of his truck. And then then he's covered in like these like layers and layers of skin come off him.
Mate,
and he's fizzing, but he's tied up. He can't do that about it. He's fucking livid. So he's like, nah, don't worry about it. It'll be tame after this. And he's just like, you fucking bastard. He's like, you better fucking chill now. And then he takes him into his fucking shed, and he's got this fridge full of dirty water, and he just fucking dunks him in it and starts waterboarding him.
Oh, mate.
Mate,
He's going to do a long stretch in
Oh,
jail.
100%, yeah, 100%, yeah.
Thing is, though, like...
But he doesn't even have a mansion. It doesn't exist. He's got a shed. He's got his out thing. He never takes you into the house.
This is so
He just
weird.
tortures people because it gives him sexual gratification.
Yeah, but man, I mean, here's the thing though, right? It's like this shot I see on the internet, like, you know what I mean? Are all these people just gullible as fuck?
I know, how does that...
You know, are they? You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. If you want to not have your wits about you, but fuck me, I mean, like, if you're going to an haunted house and like you got to go down, like fucking alarm bells are ringing fucking somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
It's like,
there's other haunted houses that claim to do the same thing that Russ does,
yeah, but I mean, right?
but actually do it, and they're actually, you don't come out of there battered and bruised. Do you know what I mean?
here's the
In
thing,
the same way.
as a logic thinker, right? There's no such fucking thing as an haunted house. There's no such thing. There's no ghost. There's no fuck all like that. And if you believe in that, you're as stupid as fuck. Because, right, the way I got it explained, right, and this is like a scientist coming out with it, right? So anything, any sort of mass has to have force and energy behind it, right? To create mass, that's it. You need force and energy to create a mass. So a ghost or an apparition, like, where's the force and the mass, the energy coming from?
You're getting the wrong thing. So they don't actually believe ghosts are in there. It's
Right.
called a haunted house.
Right.
But usually it's like people dressed as like fucking Leatherface chasing with a chainsaw in the dark.
Oh, it's like an experience, he
It's an
says.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's
So you're
supposed
saying it's
to be.
like,
Alright,
that's an
alright.
experience.
yeah, but
Okay.
in his it's an extreme where
Right,
you've got to do
no.
all these mad
Right,
tasks.
okay, no,
and
right.
like,
I got the wrong end
do you know
of
what I
the
mean?
stick.
They put you through, like, so he says, like, you got to go through this underground fucking underwater swim where someone's drowned before.
Yeah,
and then
get
he's
it.
like, then you've got to do this big zip line. And he makes it sound like you're going to do all these, like physically demanding, like, extreme tasks while also you're in a haunted thing and people are chasing you.
right, got it,
Shit
got it.
like that.
Well, there is
Well,
none of it.
really, he just batters you.
I think, right, there's a
strange.
better thing, right? And like, go on this. Like, honestly, like, I'm addicted to it now. It's called Unexplained Mysteries, right, on YouTube, right? And all it is, they're like icebergs. These things go on for like 8 hours. You know what I mean? And it is just like footage of things that can't be explained. And I've seen some mad shit on that, mate. I've seen like this footage. It's always like. Well, not always, but you know, like in the sort of Oregon fucking mountains, like these really desolate places where there's not anyone living for, like, you know, fucking some cases hundreds of miles and that. Anyway, there's like these two guys. I think it's a father and son, and they're walking through, and one of them's like, "Look at that!" And it's, you know, like when the predator goes into like stealth mode, and it can actually see like this figure moving. And, you know, it's been verified by the people. There's no way you could, like, mock that up.
Yeah.
It's not CGI or anything like that. But you see this, like, sort of apparition figure moving, and then get these other people and live like similar state, you know, but they're in the same state, sorry, but, like, they are miles away from it. And then they see it jumping from tree to tree, like, and it's just like, wow,
Yeah,
like
what
that
is
is crazy shit, mate, that happens, like, in the world, like. But I recommend that Unexplained Mysteries to anyone.
I'm into stuff like that.
Yeah, they're brilliant, like, absolutely. Because, like, I'm not a believer in ghosts and shit like that, because I just think it's impossible, man. There's no, you know, logic behind it. But there's certainly some things that are totally illogical that do happen.
But do you know what they say with ghosts?
Go
Like,
on.
people that see ghosts. So it's
Yeah.
usually in, like, old buildings and
Yeah.
shit, innit?
Yeah.
And what they reckon, like, it is where people are keeping on seeing, like, ghosts or whatever in these places is, like, the mold and mildew that are in these places. Once it gets airborne, certain mold and mildew can make you hallucinate.
Yeah, that's it when
I
you
agree.
disrupt it. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
I
that. When you
agree,
disrupt it, and it, like, it can really
Yeah.
make you hallucinate. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a practical man, but
I am.
yeah,
But, like, you meet those people, though, that are like, nah, not until you see it. Once you see a ghost and that,
I don't.
and it's like,
I don't believe in that at all. I think that's like going down the realm of, like, what happens when you die, you know, that sort of shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
does
yeah.
it exist?
I have to see it. I'm
Yeah,
like
I don't-
I'm like a
mate,
logical guy.
If
You know what I
ghosts
mean?
existed, we would all see them.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a load of shit. It's
Yeah.
just do maybe something like, well, when you die, something happened to you. I don't know. Do you go somewhere, whatever? It's
Do you know my
spiritually,
feeling?
yeah. Do you go? Does the energy go somewhere else? Yeah, I probably agree with that. But he doesn't stay at a fucking start moving glasses and that.
I think, right, it's actually dead simple. You know, we get this thing about past life stuff and all that. And I've had a couple of like moments in my life where I remember when I was like, I was in like the Cub Scouts or whatever, right? And what we did, we made like swords and shields, right? So what it was, like you painted like your crest on the shield and you had this wooden sword. And then they went, right, go and knock fuck out of each other in the forest for a bit while we make tea. And we're like, yeah. So I was running through like, for want of a better phrase, like this glade. Like, I just had this massive, I mean, I was only young, I must have been about 9, 10 or something. But I was like, I've done this before. Like this massive wave of like,
wow, deja vu.
yeah, like it was like really powerful. But I was
So
young.
you think in a previous life you were a Cub Scout?
Yeah, probably got bummed a lot. Yeah, but I actually think, right, it's much simpler than we always have these spiritual themes that go on about, like, you know, reincarnation, things like that. But I think it's much more simple. I think your DNA strand, right, as long as your family keeps reproducing, your DNA strand, like, it will just make another copy of you in like 2 or 3 generations. Now, my nana says that her granddad is basically me. And he was always up to these mad schemes. She said one time, like, there was this pub and they wanted a piano open, like, in the second floor. No one said they could do it. And then my granddad and his mates had all these pulleys and, like, they were getting it in and all that. And she said, you behave exactly how he was.
Yeah.
And that's what I think it is. I think your DNA strand, as long as your family keeps reproducing, there'll be another you. Just get. But your DNA strand, it's like memory as within that, and I think
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so
It
just
definitely
like
does make a lot of sense.
In 2 or 3 generations, you'll be like, you'll come back again, but you'll have no recollection. Maybe like odd little moments of just like, you know, like the DNA is like, I don't know, like muscle memory or whatever. But I think that's what it is, and we put all these complex things, but science is usually quite logical and quite simple. And I think you will be born again, but you won't recognise it. It'll be about 2 or 3 generations, and it's like, out Liam comes again, out Ryan comes again, out Mal comes again.
So which Brit are you? Are you like a Saxon or a Roman Brit?
I would say Roman by my nose.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Is that the joke he was setting up for himself?
No, but like that makes sense. You're running
out?
with a sword and shield. Like if that is in your DNA strand, you could have been like a Roman.
It just,
like,
I was a 10-year-old. I wasn't
ancestors,
aware of all these profound things at that age, 10. You know, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
I mean, usually when I get deja vu, I realise that I have actually already done it before.
You see, the thing is with me, people, I've never had these.
Yeah.
All right. I've never had these deja vu moments that people are like, fuck, I've done this before. I've never experienced it, so I can't really speak. I obviously know, like, oh yeah, I've been here before, it seems familiar.
Yeah.
One thing I have done though is, like, for example, this is what messes me up, but again, it's just the mind. I'll be like, I might be subconsciously, I've seen someone that I don't know, and then I'll dream about them. Because, you know, when you see like a face and like they say your mind cannot like come up with a face.
Yeah,
for example.
you can't. Yeah,
you walk past someone in the
generates
street.
dreams and stuff, yeah.
So I've done it before where like I've literally seen someone passing, or I must have done. I've dreamt about that person, then I've seen them, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how have I seen this guy before? And I have subconsciously, and I've dreamt about him. And then I'm thinking, whoa, I just walked past me in the street and I dreamt about him last week. I don't know him. I've never seen the face. Stuff like that happens to me all the time.
Literally, you see the man of your dreams all the time.
Pretty much, yeah. He's fucking gorgeous, mate. I need his name. But yeah, like little things like that, or places, and like that I don't take notice of. But then more and more I thought about it, I was like, well, I must have walked past it. I must have seen it, and then it's featured in my dream. It's like I've seen. Why I think people maybe talk about ghosts. Like, have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yes,
No,
yes.
no.
And I've felt
heard
that.
that's
Yeah, so I lost.
Horrible.
I lost
a shadowy figure.
Yeah, so I lost a mate last year,
Yeah.
and genuinely, ghosts do not exist, like 100%. But I always get sleep paralysis, not after a party, none of that. If I nap, it was offshore. If I nap, and like I wake up and I was in like this weird lucid state, and obviously I was dreaming about what had gone on, and I thought that I was talking to him about sleep paralysis figures. I woke up, bang, come out. I was like, well, that was fucking weird. It did frighten me, but I knew what it was, and in my head I was thinking, that's probably what people experience. Like,
that REM
it was like,
it
wasn't, there was no one there. But because I'd been thinking about that previous, and there was like this shadow, it was just light. It was just light as I was waking up. And then I was thinking, but because I'd been thinking about X person and it happened. It was just like, I was like, fucking hell. Throughout the day, I was thinking, oh, that must be why people think they see ghosts, maybe. Yeah. Like when the lucid dreaming, because you think you're awake, but you're not.
You're not.
And it's just light. When I woke up, it was just light. Like, do you know what I mean? And then that made me think, because I was not hoping to see, what's the word? It was like, because it was on your mind.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
when someone passes or when you dream about someone and you wake up in the morning.
It's there in your conscious.
Yes, you think about it and it's like, I was thinking, right, well, that's clearly, because my mum's like, thinks she's some fucking psychic, thinks she sees ghosts. And I'm like, you don't hardly sleep. So when you do sleep, you have these weird nap times. And I've said this to her, I was like, you're probably just experiencing a dream, but you're waking up. So you think it's real. Do you know what I mean? That's my take on it.
I think it happened to me when I was a kid, So my mum and dad always tell me this story, like my uncle Billy, God bless him, like died when I was a kid, and like I came downstairs once and they were like, but like, are you all right? Are you scared up there or something? You know what I mean? Because I came down, I was like, no, it's all right. Uncle Billy's just been like sat in the corner, just like watching over me and that, and like my uncle had died, and like. This is like a couple of weeks later, and like I'm telling him that he sat in my bedroom, like watching over me and making sure I'm all right and that.
Yeah.
Crazy, mate. But
fucking so I like obviously they were shit up. Like,
you know what I mean? They could have heard you mention him. You could have looked at a photo. You could have dreamt about him.
I could have just dreamt it.
Exactly. This is what I mean.
But at the same time, I remember vividly me looking out my bedroom window and seeing a witch, and then she like looked at me and I went. Like, and then she like had a
careful. Don't be
definitely dreaming.
Yeah, dreams are they're powerful though, aren't they? You're awake. It's like when you're
poking your tongue out a witch, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, but that's what I mean. I think that's why. And then when you have all these, like you say, these like we were on about like cults and that. Then people like claim they see these shit. Everyone jumps on it, and it's like, oh, this fad, like ghosts or fucking haunted shit, and it's like someone really wants to believe it. Really wants to believe that someone who's like, do you know what I mean? And they really clutch onto it.
So powerful.
And people that are hurdling them up, they know it's just all
bullshit.
Yeah.
Of course,
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
It's like communicating with the dead and that. It's physically impossible.
No, you just
it's a profession for some people.
Yeah,
it is.
Like clairvoyance. Yeah, and that, like, just talk absolute
shit. It's just
shit.
a blag.
Tell you what you want to hear.
I'm getting a word. Nuts.
I'm getting the. It's time to end the cast.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
That was
really good.
I like the way you did that.
Really good. Yeah,
you are psychic after all.
You are.
It does work.
I take it all back.
I just had a feeling I'm getting the word.
Before we say the word, we better leave it.
Yeah.
That's it. First one with the video will be out with the audio as well. Buzzing.
Yeah.
Good.
See it on socials. Give it a like. Give it a share as always.
Yeah. Or if you don't, you're dead.
Yeah.
We'll come back and haunt you in your dreams.
And if you're from the Greek police,
that's it.
This is
it's past the statute of limitations now. That's it.
This is Callum Tingard.
If we see some bleached bones in the sunlight, it's got nothing to do with me, mate.
You might still be there. You never know.
Let's wrap it up there, shall we?
Peace
Spot on,
out.
guys. See you next time.
Cheers.